Before human beings understood the laws of the African savanna, before science revealed the battles that shape this ecosystem, there already existed a world where power was earned through brutal confrontations. In the vast African plains, between gigantic herds and powerful predators, the colossi of the savanna clash for food, territory, and survival under the relentless sun. Welcome to the African savanna, the brutal clash of the savanna giants. Please give us a like and subscribe to the channel to give us more motivation to keep creating quality content. Don't forget to comment below on what you thought of the video and tell us where you are watching from so we can chat together. May God bless everyone with health, peace and love for nature. Let's begin. In the vast African savannas, where the horizon seems to have no end, the lion rules as the most iconic predator of the plains. Its scientific name is Panthera leo, a feline whose strength does not depend solely on individual power, but also on the organization of its group. Unlike most large felines, lions live in complex social structures known as prides. Temples. A pride can control territories of dozens or even hundreds of square kilometers, depending on the availability of water and food. Females form the stable core of the group, cooperating in defense, cub care, and obtaining food. Adult males protect the territory against rivals and maintain control over strategic areas of the savanna. When night falls, the savanna changes completely and becomes an ideal setting for ambushes. Darkness reduces the visibility of the prey and offers the lionesses the perfect cover to approach without being detected. Among the most hunted herbivores are wildebeest, zebras, and antelopes that roam the savanna in search of fresh pastures. The lionesses detect a group of wildebeest and begin to deploy silently around the herd. Several hunters advance along different flanks to close off escape routes and direct the prey toward a favorable zone. When the encirclement is complete, the lionesses accelerate at the same time and launch a coordinated attack from several points. The hunt ends thanks to collective work, because the pride's coordination multiplies the chances of success. This social system allows lions to capture prey that would be too large or dangerous for a single individual. In the African savanna, the lion does not only dominate by force, but by the ability to build a true society of hunters capable of turning the plains into their empire. Under the African savanna sun, zebras disperse across the plains as they take advantage of the daylight hours to feed. Although visibility is excellent, danger remains present among the tall grass that covers much of the landscape. A pride of lionesses observes from a distance, carefully studying the movements of the herd. The hunters identify zones where the vegetation offers enough cover to approach without being detected. Cooperation is the key to their success, and each member knows their role within the strategy perfectly. Gradually, the lionesses separate and advance from different points to surround the zebras. Among the prey, a zebra appears slightly away from the group's main core. The lionesses detect this opportunity and continue reducing the distance by taking advantage of every bush and every shadow available. Silence dominates the savannah as the hunters prepare for the decisive phase of the ambush. The lionesses detect that the prey has entered the ideal position and discreetly complete the encirclement. They close the last meters hidden among the vegetation, eliminating almost all possible escape routes. When the precise moment arrives, a lioness emerges from cover with explosive acceleration and triggers the attack. The selected zebra is separated from the rest of the group as panic spreads among the other animals. The hunters reach the prey and use all their strength to bring it down onto the savanna grass. The hunt ends thanks to the pride's coordination, a demonstration of collective power that has turned the lion into the great dominator of the African savanna. Unlike other solitary big cats, the lion is the only one that has evolved to live in a complex social system called a pride. The core of this structure is composed of lionesses, a sisterhood of hunters who are the pillar of the group's survival. They coordinate their movements with military precision, surrounding prey that can weigh more than 500 kilograms. While one lioness distracts the victim, the others position themselves at strategic points to close off any escape route. In addition to hunting, the females share the responsibility of raising the cubs, even nursing offspring that are not their own. This communal motherhood ensures that the next generation has a higher probability of surviving in the African savanna. On the other hand, the adult male lion is the shield of the pride, a warrior whose sole mission is the absolute protection of the territory. His imposing dark mane is not just an ornament, but natural armor that protects his neck during brutal combats. A dominant male must patrol borders that span hundreds of square kilometers of hostile terrain to prevent invasions. Any intruder who dares to challenge his authority will face an impact force of thousands of newtons in every blow. However, the life of a king is solitary and marked by constant violence from other nomadic males. These invaders seek to overthrow the current leader, to seize the females and the pride's vital resources. When a new male wins the fierce battle for the throne, one of the most tragic chapters of wild nature begins. The conqueror usually kills all existing cubs to completely eliminate the genetic lineage of his predecessor. This instinctive behavior causes the females to become fertile again quickly to breed his own biological descendants. It is a ruthless evolutionary strategy that guarantees that only the genes of the strongest are passed on to posterity. Lionesses sometimes try to defend their cubs with a suicidal ferocity, facing an opponent much heavier and stronger. In the world of lions, loyalty and tragedy walk hand in hand under the relentless sun of the plains. Every roar that resonates in the night is a reminder that power is ephemeral and must be defended every day. The pride's hierarchy is a delicate balance between the male's brute force and the female's strategic intelligence. At the end of the day, the group's survival depends on the cohesion and sacrifice of each individual that composes it. The lion remains the ultimate symbol of sovereignty, but his crown is forged with blood and hard lessons of survival. In the vast plains of the African continent, a titan emerges whose mere presence redefines the concept of magnitude and power. The African Savannah elephant, known scientifically as Loxodonta africana, is the largest and heaviest land animal walking the planet. An adult male can reach an astonishing mass of 6,000 kilograms, becoming a mountain of moving flesh and bone. Standing up to 4 meters tall at the shoulders, these giants dominate the savanna horizon with indisputable authority. Their most distinctive feature is the trunk, a marvel of biological engineering that contains more than 150,000 individual muscle units. This multifunctional tool has the strength to uproot entire trees and the delicacy to pick a single leaf from the ground. The ivory tusks, which are actually elongated incisor teeth, can grow to reach 2 meters in length. These tusks are not just defensive weapons, but essential tools for digging for water and debarking trees. The African elephant is the true architect of its environment, shaping the landscape in a way that no other species can match. By knocking down tall trees to feed, they create clearings in the forest that allow sunlight to reach the ground and stimulate the growth of pastures. Their powerful footprints and constant treading open permanent trails that function as natural highways for other smaller species. During times of extreme drought, elephants use their feet and tusks to dig wells in dry riverbeds. This vital effort provides access to water not only for them, but for a multitude of animals that would otherwise perish of thirst. A single individual can consume up to 150 kilograms of vegetation and drink 190 liters of water in a single day. Their digestive system acts as a seed dispersal engine, transporting them over long distances and fertilizing the soil with their excrement. The social structure of elephants is one of the most complex in the animal kingdom, led by an experienced matriarch. The memory of these animals is legendary, allowing them to remember migration routes and water sources over decades. They communicate through low-frequency infrasound that can travel through the ground for more than 10 kilometers. Due to their colossal size, an adult elephant has no natural predators except for the constant threat of human activity. The African elephant is a keystone species whose protection ensures the survival of the entire savanna ecosystem. To see a herd cross the horizon is to witness the most imposing and peaceful force that evolution has designed on Earth. Under the scorching sun of the African savanna, where the horizon vibrates from the extreme heat of 40 degrees Celsius, an air of constant tension is breathed. In this setting of dust and dry grass, a mass of muscle and courage dominates the landscape with a presence that commands absolute respect. It is the African buffalo, a giant that can weigh up to 900 kilograms and carries an impenetrable bony shield on its forehead. Its horns, with a span exceeding 1 meter in length, are not just ornaments, but weapons of war designed to pierce and destroy. It is known throughout the continent as the Black Death, a survivor that has earned its reputation by facing the most ferocious predators. Unlike other herbivores that choose flight, the buffalo possesses a combat instinct that makes it an extremely dangerous adversary. In the dry season, when water is scarce and every pool becomes a deadly trap, patience and strength are the only currencies of exchange. A pride of lions observes from the shadow of the acacias, calculating the precise moment to launch an attack against the weakest link. The tension explodes when the felines launch into a coordinated run, trying to isolate a calf from the center of the group. The lions manage to bring down their prey, but they do not count on the unbreakable loyalty of one of nature's strongest social structures. The bellow for help resonates like a war trumpet, and suddenly, the immense plain seems to tremble under the weight of the counterattack. The herd does not flee. It stops and turns as a single entity, forming a living wall of horns and fury that advances toward the enemy. Hundreds of hooves strike the ground with a force of thousands of newtons, raising a curtain of dust that blinds the predators. A male buffalo leads the charge, lowering his head to ram with the power of a moving freight train. The lions, overwhelmed by the mass of flesh and bone coming at them, must abandon their prize and jump to save their lives. A feline is thrown through the air by a sharp blow from the horns, demonstrating that in this arena, the king can be dethroned in seconds. The lion's retreat is swift and disorganized, leaving behind the trail of a humiliating defeat before collective power. Victory has a price of scars and exhaustion, but the buffalo knows that in the savanna, surrender equals extinction. This confrontation is not just a fight for food. It is a declaration of sovereignty by a warrior who never bows his head to tyranny. The African buffalo teaches us that the individual is vulnerable, but the union of the herd creates a force capable of challenging destiny itself. In the great theater of survival, courage is not the absence of fear, but the firm decision to protect what is one's own. The Black Death will continue to roam the plains, reminding every predator that the price of their dinner could be their own life. In the arid landscape of Africa, a biological ironclad stands whose silhouette commands immediate respect from any creature. The black rhinoceros, known scientifically as Dikeros bicornis, is the survivor of an ancient era that still dominates the savannah. With a weight ranging between 800 and 1,400 kilograms, this colossus is a compact mass of muscle and determination. Its skin is heavy armor, a natural barrier capable of resisting dense thorns and the relentless sun. It possesses 2 horns made of solid keratin, of which the front one can reach 50 centimeters in length. Although its vision is notably limited, its senses of hearing and smell are extremely sharp for detecting threats. The black rhino is famous for its explosive temperament and its unpredictable nature toward any perceived intruder. Despite its heavy appearance, it can perform sudden charges at a speed of 55 kilometers per hour. Around the scarce water sources, this animal becomes a fierce and lethal guardian. It does not tolerate any strange presence and will establish a security perimeter that no one should cross without facing its fury. When attacking, it lowers its head and uses its horn as a battering ram capable of piercing defenses or overturning heavy obstacles. Unlike its cousins, the white rhinoceroses, these animals are usually solitary and extremely territorial. As a specialized browser, it plays a crucial role in controlling the growth of thorny shrubs in the ecosystem. Its current existence is under immense pressure, placing it as a critically endangered species. Preserving this tank of nature is safeguarding one of the most majestic and fearsome figures of the wild world. Under the deceptively calm surface of African rivers and lakes, one of the most territorial and dangerous beings on the planet lurks. The common hippopotamus, scientifically named Hippopotamus amphibius, is a force of nature that rules the aquatic world with an iron fist. With a weight that can reach 3,200 kilograms in adult males, this giant is the 3rd largest land animal in the world. Its massive body is supported by short, robust legs that hide an unmatched physical power both in water and on land. Its skin is extremely thick and sensitive to the sun, so it secretes a reddish pigment that acts as a natural sunscreen and antibiotic. The hippo's most lethal weapon is its jaw, capable of opening at an impressive 150-degree angle. Its lower canines are ivory tusks that never stop growing and can reach a length of 50 centimeters. Its bite force is devastating, reaching 12,600 newtons, a pressure sufficient to snap a large crocodile in half. These tusks are not used for feeding, but as biological swords in brutal combats to defend their social position. Battles between males for control of a stretch of river are displays of pure ferocity, where blood stains the water red. Although its appearance suggests slowness, the hippo is surprisingly agile and can be lethal in a fraction of a second. On firm ground, this colossus can run at a speed of 30 kilometers per hour, easily outrunning any human being. In the water, they do not swim in the strict sense, but walk or jump on the river bottom with a heavy and coordinated elegance. They are extremely aggressive animals that do not hesitate to ram boats or attack any intruder that violates their vital space. Females are especially dangerous when protecting their young, facing even lions or crocodiles with relentless fury. During the night, they leave the safety of the water to graze, consuming up to 35 kilograms of vegetation in a single day. They can travel up to 10 kilometers away from the shore to find the best pastures before the sun comes up. The hippo is responsible for more human deaths in Africa than almost any other large mammal, due to its unpredictable nature. Its roar is a guttural bellow that resonates for kilometers, sending a clear warning to its rivals and predators. A dominant male's territory is a sanctuary of power where only he dictates the rules of survival underwater. They play a vital ecological role by stirring the sediment of rivers and contributing nutrients through their organic matter. It is a perfect balance between an overwhelming physical mass and a dominance instinct that has endured for millions of years. The hippopotamus is the undisputed guardian of aquatic ecosystems, a majestic figure that demands absolute respect. In the theatre of the savannah, its presence is a constant reminder that brute force also dwells in the water. The sovereign of the rivers continues his reign, challenging nature with every yawn that reveals his tusks of death. Rising above the Golden Plain, the giraffe is the living skyscraper of nature, a prodigy of vertical engineering. Known scientifically as Giraffa camelopardalis, its elegant and elongated figure dominates the canopy of the acacia forests. With an astonishing height that can reach 6 meters, it possesses a unique perspective to detect dangers from a great distance. An adult male reaches a weight of up to 1,200 kilograms, being an imparting mass supported by thin but extremely strong legs. Its prehensile dark blue tongue measures up to 50 centimeters long, allowing it to pluck leaves from among sharp thorns. Thanks to its exceptional neck, it accesses food sources at a height that no other herbivore can reach in the savannah. But behind its peaceful appearance, it hides a devastating defensive weapon capable of fracturing a lion's skull. A single kick propelled by its powerful muscles can generate an impact force measured in thousands of newtons. Its heart is a giant biological pump that weighs 11 kilograms to send blood to its brain situated meters away. The hierarchy among males is decided through necking, a brutal combat where they use their necks as maces. They swing their heavy heads violently, striking against the rival's body to demonstrate their superiority and vigor. The sound of bones clashing resonates in the air, a dance of power for the exclusive right to mate. Although they are not aggressive animals by nature, they will defend their young with relentless determination against predators. Giraffes act as natural sentinels of the savannah, alerting other animals when they see a threat on the horizon. The giant of the canopy is a masterpiece of evolution that combines infinite elegance with surprising strength. In the heart of the Serengeti ecosystem, a rhythmic thundering begins to shake the earth under a scorching sun. The blue wildebeest, known scientifically as Conocytes taurinus, is the protagonist of one of the greatest spectacles of wildlife. More than 1.5 million individuals group together to form a living tide that moves in search of fresh pastures. This army of the savannah can reach a body mass of up to 270 kilograms in the most robust males. Its appearance is a strange mixture of strength and resistance, designed to travel distances of more than 1,000 kilometers each year. Thin but sinewy legs allow them to maintain a constant trot, optimizing energy during the Great Migration. The wildebeest's ecological role is fundamental, acting as a natural mower that maintains the health of African grasslands. By consuming tons of grass, they stimulate the growth of new shoots and deposit essential nutrients through their waste. However, their path is marked by constant danger and the siege of the most ferocious predators in the region. Lions, hyenas, and leopards closely follow the herd, taking advantage of any sign of weakness to launch an attack. The most dramatic moment of their journey occurs during the crossing of the Mara River, where the waters hide deadly threats. The Nile crocodile, a reptile that can weigh 500 kilograms, waits patiently for the wildebeest to launch into the channel. In the frenzy of the crossing, thousands of animals fight against the current and the predator's jaws in a battle for life. The wildebeest's survival strategy is based on overwhelming numbers, where the collective mass protects most individuals. They possess curved horns that, while not as massive as a buffalo's, can inflict serious wounds if they find themselves cornered. The massive birth of calves is another defense tactic, where thousands of little ones are born in a short period of time. A wildebeest calf is capable of standing up and running alongside its mother in just a few minutes after birth. This resilience guarantees that, despite losses, the population remains stable to sustain the food pyramid. The wildebeest is the biological engine that drives the savannah's biodiversity, feeding countless species with its sacrifice. The Great Migration is the supreme reminder that life in its pure state is an eternal march of endurance and renewal. Among the tide of animals that roams the savannah, an adorned figure stands out with a perfect and enigmatic geometric design. The plains zebra, scientifically known as Equus quagga, is much more than a simple wild relative of the horse. These black and white warriors possess a unique coat where each stripe pattern functions as an unrepeatable identity print. Under the burning sun of 40 degrees Celsius, its stripes create optical illusions that confuse the visual system of predators. This phenomenon, known as dazzle camouflage, makes it difficult for a lion to distinguish an individual within the moving mass. Weighing up to 350 kilograms, the zebra is a robust animal designed for endurance and active defense. Its senses are on maximum alert 24 hours a day, with eyes situated on the sides of the head for a vision of nearly 360 degrees. When danger lurks, the zebra can reach a maximum speed of 65 kilometers per hour in a life or death race. Unlike other herbivores that only rely on flight, this equine is a brave fighter that does not fear to counterattack. Its main weapon is a devastating rear kick that can generate an impact force of 13,000 newtons. In addition to their kicks, zebras use their powerful teeth to bite fiercely any attacker that manages to get too close. In the Great Migration, they form a strategic alliance with the wildebeest, sharing the journey of hundreds of kilometers through dangerous terrains. Zebras lead the way by eating the toughest and tallest parts of the grass, allowing other animals to access the tenderest shoots. Their social structure is based on stable harems led by a stallion who will protect his mares with absolute loyalty. The stallion often positions himself at the rear during flight to ensure that no member of his family is left behind. Communication among them includes whinnies and ear movements that convey moods and alerts of immediate danger. Water is a vital resource, and a zebra can drink up to 10 liters at once when it reaches a safe watering hole. Despite constant pressure from predators, their resilience allows them to thrive in Africa's most hostile environments. The zebra is the symbol of visual harmony and physical resistance, an essential pillar in the chain of wildlife. Every black and white stripe tells a story of survival, bravery, and adaptation in the relentless theater of the savannah. In the vast African plains, where almost no places to hide exist, the cheetah has evolved to master a skill that no other land predator can match. Its scientific name is Achinonyx jubatus, and it represents the maximum expression of speed within the animal kingdom. An adult can reach speeds close to 100 kilometers per hour over short distances. Its slender body, flexible spine, and long legs are designed for explosive accelerations over open terrain. Unlike lions and leopards, the cheetah depends more on speed than strength to obtain food. Gazelles and other small, fast herbivores form the main base of its diet. Each hunt demands an enormous amount of energy and leaves the cheetah exhausted for several minutes after the effort. The cheetah detects a young gazelle slightly separated from the group and begins to approach using the grass as cover. It reduces the distance slowly, keeping out of the prey's field of vision while preparing the pursuit. When it reaches the appropriate position, it accelerates explosively and transforms the savannah into a frantic race of speed and endurance. The hunt is decided at the limit of exhaustion, when the cheetah's speed overcomes the prey's last desperate maneuver. However, obtaining the prey is only part of the challenge for the cheetah. Lions, spotted hyenas, and leopards can appear at any moment to appropriate the food without participating in the pursuit. For that reason, the cheetah usually feeds quickly before stronger competitors arrive. In the African savannah, the cheetah proves that speed can turn a predator into a legend, although every victory remains a race against time. In the African savannah, where strength usually draws attention, there exists a predator that prefers to remain invisible until the decisive moment. It is the leopard, known scientifically as Panthera pardus, one of the most stealthy and versatile hunters on the continent. Unlike lions, it rarely depends on other individuals and spends most of its life hunting solo. Its spotted coat blends perfectly with the shadows created by bushes, trees, and dry grass. Thanks to this extraordinary camouflage capacity, it can approach its prey without raising suspicion. It is also an excellent climber and spends many hours resting or watching from the branches of trees. Antelopes, young ungulates, and other medium-sized mammals form an important part of its diet. The leopard detects an antelope feeding near a zone of dense shrubs and begins to approach slowly. It advances, taking advantage of every shadow and every natural obstacle, while reducing the distance without being discovered. When it reaches the ideal position, it emerges from cover with an explosion of speed and precision directed at a single target. The hunt is decided in the instant the leopard manages to get closer than the prey considers possible. But surviving in the savannah does not consist only of capturing food, but also of conserving it against more numerous competitors. Lions and hyenas can try to easily appropriate a prey if the leopard leaves it on the ground, That is why it uses its extraordinary strength to transport the prey toward the high branches of a tree, away from most rivals. In the African savannah, the leopard proves that stealth, patience, and precision can be as powerful as the brute force of large predators. Under the mantle of the African night, where hysterical laughs break the sepulchral silence, a shadow emerges that challenges all logic of nature. Among the shadows of the savannah, an army of shining eyes observes, waiting for the moment when weakness becomes opportunity. The spotted hyena, with a weight of up to 80 kilograms, is not a simple scavenger, but one of the most intelligent and successful hunters on the continent. Its jaws possess a devastating force of 4,500 newtons, capable of pulverizing buffalo femurs in a matter of seconds. In this eternal battlefield, where competition for meat is fierce, survival is won with a complex and ruthless social organization. Led by a dominant alpha, these females rule clans that function as military units coordinated by precise auditory signals. Their vocalizations are not mockeries, but a tactical language informing about the prey's location and the enemy's strength. Tension reaches its critical point when the clan faces a solitary lioness to snatch her prey in a duel of wills. The hyenas advance in a crescent formation, harassing the feline's flanks with quick attacks and strategic retreats. Faced with the unbearable pressure of 20 pairs of jaws and a collective fury, the queen of the jungle is forced to yield her banquet. The clan's victory is absolute, demonstrating that in the savannah, the union of many can overthrow the power of one. The feast begins, and no trace of the prize remains, for this predator has evolved to not waste a single calorie of its conquest. In the wild world, intelligence and cooperation are weapons as lethal as the longest fangs or the sharpest claws. The hyena reminds us that success does not always belong to the most noble, but to whoever knows best how to work as a team under pressure. Surviving at the top of the pyramid demands a strategic mind and a heart that never retreats before the shadow of a giant. On the infinite plains, where dust dances with the wind, a pack painted by the colors of the earth itself emerges. The African wild dog, or African wild dog, is the absolute master of collective strategy and the most lethal hunter of these lands. Weighing only 30 kilograms, its secret does not reside in brute force, but in an inexhaustible physical resistance. Its success rate in the hunt reaches an astonishing 80%, far exceeding the effectiveness of lions and leopards. The hunt begins with a ceremony of greetings and rapidly transforms into a pursuit of pure endurance at 60 kilometers per hour. The group takes turns leading the race, maintaining a constant pressure that suffocates the heart and lungs of an exhausted impala. There is no room for error when the pack surrounds its target with surgical precision that allows no escape. In a matter of minutes, the prey is consumed quickly to prevent other larger predators from stealing the fruit of their effort. The lycoanas demonstrate that efficiency is the daughter of cooperation, and that unity is the sharpest weapon of nature. In the theatre of the savannah, success does not belong to the one with the largest fangs, but to the one who never stops running alongside their pack. In the murky waters of the Mara River, time seems to stop while the sun warms the mud of the banks in an eternal wait. Beneath the surface lurks the Nile crocodile, a prehistoric reptile that can reach 6 meters in length with terrifying patience. Weighing up to 700 kilograms, it is an armor of scales driven by a bite force of 22,000 newtons. Thousands of wildebeest crowd the bank, forced by instinct to cross this liquid cemetery in search of greener pastures. The predator submerges completely, becoming an invisible log floating with the current without generating a single ripple. When the first animal jumps into the water, the trap closes with an explosive speed that shatters the river's calm into 1,000 pieces. A pair of steel jaws closes on the victim's leg, dragging it inexorably toward the darkness of the fluvial abyss. The crocodile executes its death roll, using its enormous mass to subdue the animal's resistance amidst the chaos of foam and blood. The current carries away the remains of the struggle, confirming that at this crossing, death is the inevitable toll for survival. The Nile crocodile is the reminder that the most lethal danger is that which waits in silence under the appearance of an immobile mirror. When the thundering of the hunt fades and the large predators retreat, the sky begins to close over the battlefield. The African white-backed vulture, known scientifically as Gyps africanus, is the tireless watcher patrolling the heights. Alongside it, the martial eagle, Polymatus bellicosus, observes from the clouds with surgical precision vision. These kings of the air possess eyes that function as biological telescopes, capable of detecting a carcass 5 kilometers away. They use hot air currents to glide for hours, saving every gram of energy while scrutinizing the savannah. The vulture is designed for extreme cleaning, with a long, bare neck that allows it to access the interior of the remains. digestive system is a chemical laboratory with such high acidity that it destroys dangerous bacteria like anthrax and cholera. For its part, the Martial eagle can exert a pressure of 2,700 newtons with its talons to tear sun-hardened hides. A flock of 100 vultures can completely clean a 50-kilogram carcass in less than 20 minutes of frenetic activity. In the banquet of death, there exists a strict hierarchy where each species waits its turn according to its size and beak strength. This biological cleaning labor is vital to prevent the spread of epidemics that could devastate herbivore populations. By consuming the decomposing meat, these scavengers accelerate the return of essential nutrients like nitrogen to the soil. They are the architects of natural recycling, transforming the remains of tragedy into the base for the growth of new vegetation. Without these winged sentinels, the cycle of life in the savannah would stop, suffocated by organic waste and infections. The extended wings of the vulture and eagle are the final seal, guaranteeing the health and constant renewal of the entire ecosystem. In the immensity of the African savannah, it is not brute force nor cunning that rules destiny, but the relentless cycle of the climate. The arrival of the rainy season transforms the landscape, bringing with it an explosion of life and greenery. Rivers grow up to 10 meters wide, and grasslands extend to the horizon, offering a feast for herbivores. In this time of abundance, predators find robust prey, and the life cycle is renewed with countless births. But as the days lengthen, an unavoidable change begins to tint the earth ochre and evaporate the promises of rain. The relentless dry season settles in, and water bodies that once flowed generously are reduced to solitary puddles. Vegetation withers, food becomes scarce, and fatigue begins to weaken even the strongest animals. Predators, driven by hunger, become bolder and more strategic in their hunts, risking everything for survival. Each remaining puddle becomes a battlefield where thirst pushes the prey toward the imminent danger of carnivores. Nature demonstrates its supreme power, deciding through sun and water who will prosper and who will become part of the cycle. The future of the African savannah hangs by a thread due to constant pressure from human civilization on the wild world. Habitat loss and growing conflicts over living space are reducing the ancestral domains of large mammals. poaching driven by illegal trade continues to threaten the existence of key species like the rhinoceros and elephant. Climate change alters rain cycles, causing extreme droughts that test the resilience of the entire ecosystem. The African savanna is not just a battlefield for fauna, but the last refuge of the planet's most spectacular biodiversity. Protecting these territories is a global responsibility to ensure that future generations know the grandeur of pure nature. We must act before the last giants disappear from the horizon, leaving an irreparable void in the soul of the earth. Subscribe to the channel and share this video to carry this message of respect far and wide. Every gesture helps protect nature's wonderful creation. Before humans understood the brutal rules of the savannah. Before science explained the balance between prey and predator, there already existed a kingdom where every move could decide life or death. In the wild lands of Kenya, among golden plains, immense herds and lurking shadows, the great predators dominate the savannah with strength, patience, and deadly instinct. Welcome to wild Kenya, the kingdom of the great predators of the savannah. Please give us a like and subscribe to the channel to give us more motivation to continue creating quality content. Don't forget to comment below what you thought of the video and tell us where you are watching from so we can chat together. May God bless everyone with health, peace and love for nature. Let's begin. Under the scorching heat of the dry season, the African lion dominates the open plains of Kenya as the absolute sovereign of the savannah. Its scientific name is Panthera leo, and for thousands of years it has represented power, authority, and survival in Africa. An adult male can exceed 190 kilograms, while his dark mane increases his visual size against rivals and threats. But the lion's true strength does not always lie in an individual, but in the coordination of the entire pride. During the dry season, rivers shrink, grass disappears, and huge groups of herbivores concentrate near the last sources of water. There, lion prides wait for the ideal moment to attack zebras, gazelles, and especially the great migrating wildebeests. Females usually lead the hunt using experience, patience, and collective work to approach without being detected. Their muscular bodies are designed for explosive acceleration, capable of reaching nearly 80 kilometers per hour over short distances. However, the lion cannot maintain that speed for long under the extreme heat of the African savanna. That is why every attack must be fast, coordinated, and executed at the exact moment. Near a shallow river, a herd of wildebeests moves slowly, while dry dust covers the savanna horizon. The lionesses watch from the yellow grass, silently separating to flank the group without alerting the prey. When a young wildebeest becomes isolated, the lionesses accelerate simultaneously and launch the attack from different directions. The hunt ends quickly, because in the dry season, a missed opportunity can mean entire days without food. After the kill, the pride's hierarchy becomes evident around the prey. Dominant males usually eat first, while the females and young individuals wait their turn near the group. The lion's deep roars can be heard from several kilometers away, marking territory and warning other predators. Even hyenas and leopards usually remain cautious when a large pride controls a hunting zone. As a top predator, the lion regulates populations of large herbivores and maintains the natural balance of the African savanna. In the dry lands of Kenya, the African lion represents not just strength, it represents the collective power of a family born to rule the savanna. When Kenya enters the season of fresh grass, the open plains fill with Thompson's gazelles grazing under the golden light. In this immense setting, the cheetah appears like a living arrow, created to turn speed into power. Its scientific name is Acinonyx jubatus, and it is the fastest land mammal on the planet. Over short distances, it can reach nearly 100 kilometers per hour, but only for a few seconds before its body becomes exhausted. Its light body, flexible spine, and long legs function as a perfect acceleration machine over the open grass. The black marks under its eyes reduce the sun's glare and help it keep its gaze fixed on moving prey. Unlike the lion, the cheetah does not dominate through collective strength, but through individual precision and a burst of speed that is almost impossible to match. Among the Thompson's gazelles, it looks for young, distracted individuals or those separated by a few meters from the main group. The cheetah spots a Thompson's gazelle moving away from the group and lowers its body into the fresh grass to fix its target. It moves slowly against the wind, using every ripple of the terrain to approach without revealing its silhouette. When the distance is minimal, it explodes into a lightning run, changes direction with its tail as a rudder, and launches the attack on the gazelle. The hunt is decided in seconds, because if the cheetah fails the first impulse, the heat and fatigue can steal its opportunity. After an intense chase, it must rest before eating, breathing hard while watching for nearby hyenas, lions, and vultures. Its success depends on choosing the terrain well, calculating the distance, and attacking before the entire herd becomes alert. Although fast, the cheetah is vulnerable to stronger predators that can snatch its prey. That is why it usually hunts during the day, when many rivals rest under the shade and the plain belongs for a moment to speed. As a specialized predator, it helps control gazelle populations and keeps natural pressure active on the fastest herbivores. In the green fields of Kenya, the cheetah does not need to roar to be feared. It is enough to see it run to understand its greatness. When the season of abundance reaches the savannas and forests of Kenya, the leopard appears as a silent shadow between tall grass and dark branches. Its scientific name is Panthera pardus, one of Africa's most adaptable and stealthy big cats. Unlike the lion that dominates in a group, or the cheetah that depends on speed, the leopard hunts completely alone. Its muscular and flexible body can exceed 90 kilograms in large males, maintaining a perfect combination of strength and agility. The dark rosettes of its fur break up its body shape among shadows, dry bushes and dust-covered trunks. Thanks to this natural camouflage, the leopard can disappear even when the prey is only a few meters away. Its eyes detect minimal movements in the dark, while its paws advance almost soundlessly over the dry earth. During this season, gazelles, impalas, and small antelopes fill the scrub areas looking for fresh grass and water. The leopard spots a young impala near some bushes and slowly lowers its body until it blends into the vegetation. It moves in absolute silence between dry branches and yellow grass, using every shadow to approach without being discovered. When the distance is perfect, the leopard breaks cover with a sudden explosion and brings down the prey before it can gain speed. The hunt ends quickly because the leopard's success depends on surprising before starting a long chase. After capturing the prey, it uses its powerful jaw and front muscles to drag it into the trees. Even animals heavier than its own body can end up suspended among branches, far from hyenas and other land predators. In the shadows of Kenya, the leopard does not need to dominate the savannah with roars. It is enough for it to disappear into the silence and attack from the darkness. When night covers the plains of Kenya, spotted hyenas appear in the darkness as an untiring patrol of the African savannah. Their scientific name is Crocuta crocuta, and they are one of Africa's most intelligent and resilient social predators. Although often seen as mere scavengers, hyenas are also efficient hunters, capable of bringing down large prey in groups. A dominant female can exceed 70 kilograms and control complex hierarchies within the clan. Their jaws are extremely powerful, capable of crushing thick bones and taking advantage of parts that other predators leave behind. Thanks to this ability, hyenas play a vital role cleaning up animal remains and recycling nutrients within the ecosystem. But behind their strange sounds and haunting laughs lies a complex social organization based on communication and cooperation. Their vocalizations can be heard from several kilometers away, helping the clan gather or locate food opportunities. During the night, the hyenas detect a group of weakened wildebeests near a dry area of the savannah. The clan begins to slowly surround the prey, using constant pressure and coordinated movements to separate the most vulnerable individual. When the wildebeest becomes isolated, several hyenas accelerate together and launch the attack from different angles to wear down its resistance. The hunt ends thanks to the clan's collective pressure, as few prey can resist for long against such a persistent group. In addition to hunting, hyenas also challenge leopards and lions to snatch food when they have a numerical advantage. Even big cats can be forced to abandon a kill if the clan becomes too aggressive and numerous. As predators and scavengers, hyenas maintain the balance of the savannah by eliminating weak animals and utilizing resources that others waste. In the African darkness, spotted hyenas are not mere followers of other hunters. They are an intelligent army that transforms the night into their territory. On the scorching plains of Kenya, a warrior of modest dimensions, but with an iron will emerges, the honey badger. Mellivora capensis is the absolute sovereign of audacity, a creature that has renounced fear to dominate the African savannah. Its robust physiology hides a legendary biological armor, skin 6 millimeters thick that is almost impenetrable to fangs. This dermal layer is extremely loose, allowing it to twist its body to counterattack even if held by the scruff of the neck by a predator. It possesses an extraordinary immune system that neutralizes the lethal effects of neurotoxins from Kenya's cobras and adders. After receiving a massive dose of venom, the badger enters a temporary lethargy only to wake up later and devour its reptilian attacker. Its volatile temperament leads it to challenge prides of hyenas and leopards, using fierce bellows and an unwavering war stance. The mechanical strength of its jaws generates a power of 400 newtons, capable of crushing a turtle's shell in a few seconds. Relative to its weight of barely 12 kilograms, its tactical aggressiveness places it as the bravest animal recorded by modern science. It reaches speeds of 30 kilometers per hour to pursue prey or to charge against enemies 4 times its physical size. As a keystone species, the honey badger regulates populations of venomous snakes, maintaining biological balance in the heart of the savannah. The rattle remains the indomitable warrior of the plains, the small titan that reigns with legendary courage under the eternal sun. Beneath the murky waters of the Mara River, the Nile crocodile waits motionless as thousands of wildebeests approach the shore during the Great Migration. Its scientific name is Crocodylus niloticus, one of Africa's largest and most dangerous predatory reptiles. Some huge males can exceed 5 meters in length and remain hidden underwater for long periods without being detected. Their eyes and nostrils remain above the surface, allowing them to watch prey while the rest of the body disappears into the dark river. During the migration, wildebeests must cross the Mara to reach new grazing areas. Though every entry into the water can become a deadly trap, the crocodile detects vibrations and desperate movements as the herd begins to plunge into the river amidst foam and mud. It remains motionless under the current, slowly approaching until hidden among legs, waves, and moving bodies. When a wildebeest loses its balance in deep water, the crocodile emerges violently and closes its jaws around the prey. The hunt ends in seconds because within the river, the strength and weight of the crocodile turn the current into a deadly weapon. In the Mara, the Nile crocodile does not need to chase for long distances. It is enough for it to wait underwater until the migration comes to it. On the infinite plains of the Serengeti and the Maasai Mara, Africa's most powerful biological engine emerges, the blue wildebeest. Conocaetes taurinus is the protagonist of the great journey, an odyssey of survival that mobilizes more than 1 million individuals each year. This sovereign of distances travels more than 1,000 kilometers, following the mystical trail of the rains and the scent of fresh pastures. With a weight reaching 250 kilograms, its physical structure is a mass of muscle and stamina designed for uninterrupted marching under the sun. The strength of the herd lies in its massive numbers, creating a thunder of thousands of hooves that resonates like a biological earthquake in the savannah. The most critical moment of its existence occurs before the waters of the Mara River, a liquid border defended by scaled killers. Beneath the surface lurks the Nile crocodile, a 600-kilogram predator that waits with icy patience for the start of the massive crossing. Biological tension explodes when the first leader leaps into the abyss, dragging thousands of individuals into a cascade of flesh and panic. In the middle of the channel, the wildebeest fights against currents that displace thousands of liters of water per second, exhausting its mechanical energy reserves. The crocodile's attack is a lightning bolt of brute force, injecting a pressure of 22,000 newtons that fractures bones instantly. The water turns red under the 35 degrees Celsius sun as the herd sacrifices the weakest, so the lineage can persist. Survivors who reach the other shore must immediately face the lions and leopards waiting in the tall grass. The wildebeest is the fundamental prey of the African food web, the massive source of protein that sustains all the sovereigns of the top. Their massive passing fertilizes the earth with tons of organic matter, guaranteeing the biological regeneration of Kenya's soils. They possess an infallible navigation instinct, capable of detecting storms at a distance of 50 kilometers through their finely tuned senses. Unlike other herbivores, their survival strategy is spatial flooding, where numbers exceed the capacity of predators. Each year, thousands of individuals perish in the river, providing a feast of nutrients for fish and scavengers in the aquatic ecosystem. This massive loss is not a failure, but a necessary biological sacrifice to maintain the dynamic balance of wild nature. The cycle of life in the savannah depends on the stamina of these nomads, the warriors who run eternally against oblivion. The wildebeest remains the beating heart of the migration, the indomitable spirit that flows like a tide of life in Africa. Without their presence, the Serengeti would become a sterile desert, silencing the roar of the lions and the majesty of the landscape. The persistence of this herd is the ultimate testimony to the will to live in one of the most demanding environments in the wild world. The destiny of the species is etched in its millennial roots, paths of blood and glory that cross the heart of the Black Continent. At the end of the day, under the shade of acacias, survivors rest, regaining strength for the next kilometer of their infinite journey. The wildebeest is the essence of absolute survival, the sovereign that reigns through constancy and the strength of numbers. In the golden plains of Kenya, a warrior of unmistakable design emerges, dominating the horizon with supreme visual authority, the Equus quagga. Its coat of black and white stripes is a masterpiece of disruptive camouflage, designed to confuse the binocular vision of alpha predators. This social inhabitant lives in a state of perpetual vigilance, with mobile ears that act as high-precision biological radars in the savannah. The African lion watches from the gloom of the tall grass, but the zebra detects the electrical tension of danger before the attack begins. By grouping closely, the stripes of hundreds of individuals blend together, creating a massive optical illusion that nullifies the hunter's aim. Its ultimate weapon lies in its hind legs, capable of delivering a defensive kick with a mechanical force of 15,000 newtons. This massive impact is enough to fracture a lion's jaw or break a leopard's ribs almost instantaneously. In open ground, the zebra reaches a speed of 65 kilometers per hour, maintaining superior physical stamina in the long race for life. It possesses excellent social intelligence, recognizing every member of its family through microscopic variations in the patterns of their black stripes. As a keystone species, its selective grazing allows tender grass shoots to grow to feed other herbivores in the Kenyan ecosystem. Its robust physiology allows it to survive extreme climates where the soil temperature exceeds 45 degrees Celsius during the African midday. The zebra remains the guardian of the striped paths, the warrior of vigilance who reigns with elegance and power under the eternal sun. The cycle of life in the Masai Mara continues to vibrate thanks to the unbreakable resistance of this sovereign of untamed natural design. On the open horizons where courage defines destiny, the most formidable warrior of the savannah emerges, the Cape buffalo. Synchorus Kaffir is the sovereign of brute force and the only member of the Big Five that has never been domesticated by man. With a massive weight reaching 900 kilograms, its physical structure is a fortress of solid muscle protected by thick skin. Its most majestic feature is the frontal bone shield that joins the base of its horns, a natural armor designed to resist high-energy impacts. Unlike other herbivores, this giant does not rely on flight, but on the formation of a living wall, impregnable to predators. The African lion shows extreme caution in the presence of an alpha male, conscious that a tactical error will result in immediate tragedy. Despite its heavy appearance, the buffalo can charge with a lightning speed of 55 kilometers per hour, transforming into a projectile of flesh and bone. A single impact from its bone shield generates a mechanical force of thousands of newtons, capable of fracturing the ribs of an adult feline instantly. They possess unbreakable social loyalty, coming to the rescue of any injured member through a coordinated counteroffensive that drives away entire prides of lions. Their tactical intelligence includes a prodigious memory, recognizing past attackers to execute acts of collective defense with an iron will. It is nicknamed the Black Death due to its volatile temperament and its absolute refusal to surrender even when outnumbered. Its dark eyes and tuned sense of smell detect the chemical signature of danger from a great distance, keeping the herd in a state of perpetual biological vigilance. As a keystone species, it shapes the landscape through its massive consumption of mature grass, allowing young vegetation to sprout for the sustenance of others. Its heavy hooves aerate the savanna soil, facilitating rainwater filtration and the vitality of Kenya's biogeochemical cycles. The African buffalo remains the indomitable guardian of the plains, the sovereign that reigns through the strength of unity and absolute courage. In the sea of golden grass of the Masai Mara, an athlete of unmatched agility emerges, navigating between life and death, the Eudochus thomsoni. With a weight that barely reaches 30 kilograms, this small inhabitant is the energy engine that sustains Kenya's most extreme sprinters. Its light physiology is designed for instantaneous acceleration, allowing it to reach a speed of 80 kilometers per hour in open field. Vigilance is its ultimate shield, possessing lateral eyes that scan the horizon for the deadly stealth of the cheetah or leopard. In the middle of the plain, under the scorching 35 degrees Celsius sun, a female pulls away from the herd to fulfill her biological mission of giving birth. Birth is a moment of extreme vulnerability, where the chemical scent of the newborn attracts predators hidden in the gloom. In a matter of few minutes, the small calf must stand up, using its trembling legs to integrate into the safety of the crowd. Upon detecting a threat, the herd uses the technique of stotting, jumping 2 meters vertically to demonstrate its physical stamina to the hunter. This visual signal warns the enemy that the chase will be a useless waste of energy against an animal with high-precision reflexes. During the escape, the gazelle makes sharp 90-degree turns, using its reinforced joints to break the predator's impact trajectory. As a keystone species, its presence guarantees the flow of nutrients and the health of the grassland, maintaining the biological balance of the savanna. The Thompson's gazelle remains the swift spirit of the plains, the sovereign of agility that reigns under Kenya's infinite sky. On the golden horizon of Kenya, a figure of monumental proportions emerges, whose steps vibrate the very structure of the earth, the African elephant. Loxodonta africana is the undisputed sovereign of terrestrial ecosystems, holding the title of the largest and heaviest mammal to walk on planet Earth. With a weight that can reach 6,000 kilograms and a height of 4 meters, its physical presence is a declaration of absolute power and ancestral wisdom. This giant is the supreme architect of the savanna, a biological engineer that transforms the landscape with mechanical force unattainable for any other being. It uses its colossal mass to knock down trees and dense bushes, opening paths that function as biological highways for hundreds of smaller species. By fragmenting woody vegetation, the elephant allows sunlight to reach the ground, promoting the growth of fresh grasses for the great nomad herds. Its trunk is a marvel of evolution, possessing more than 150,000 muscle units that grant it surgical precision and a strength of 3,000 newtons. During extreme drought, the elephant acts as the guardian of water, using its ivory tusks and massive feet to dig wells in dry riverbeds. These artificial fountains of life provide the vital resource for lions, zebras, and birds, saving entire communities from extinction by dehydration. The social structure of the group is led by an experienced matriarch, whose biological memory stores maps of routes and wells across hundreds of kilometers. Within the herd, the care of elephant calves is a sacred collective mission, where every adult forms a shield of flesh and bone against any threat. Faced with the stealth of a lion pride, the giants huddle in a compact defensive formation, emitting low-frequency bellows that resonate like thunder. A single movement of their massive ears is a warning of power, capable of dissuading the boldest predators through a display of visual intimidation. Their tusks can reach a length of 2 meters, multifunctional tools used to defend their honor and manipulate the environment with unique mastery. It possesses prodigious intelligence, with a 5-kilogram brain that processes complex emotions and social bonds that last for decades of existence. An elephant consumes up to 300 kilograms of plant matter daily, processing the energy needed to sustain its massive heartbeat. As a keystone species, its biological health is the barometer of the Masai Mara's integrity, ensuring that the cycle of life continues under the African sun. Communication between herds is conducted through infrasound that travels through the ground, a network of invisible messages connecting giants in the immensity. The African elephant remains the eternal guardian of the land, the sovereign of will who protects the dynamic balance of wild nature. Its majesty is the heartbeat of the continent, a reminder that true power resides in the capacity to create life and protect the future under the stars. On the infinite horizons of the Masai Mara, a living tower emerges, watching over the kingdom from a perspective unattainable to any other being. The Maasai giraffe, scientifically known as Giraffa tippleskirchi, is the tallest mammal on planet Earth, dominating Kenya's verticality with supreme authority. With a height that can reach 6 meters, this colossus of the clouds observes the world with a gaze of steel and majestic calm. Its 1,200-kilogram physical structure requires a massive 11-kilogram heart to pump hemoglobin-rich blood up to its high-altitude brain. It acts as the supreme sentinel of the savannah, possessing long-range binocular vision capable of detecting a lion's stealth from 1 kilometer away. Its privileged height allows it to emit silent visual signals, alerting zebras and antelopes to the proximity of predators hidden in the golden grass. Though it appears to be a peaceful inhabitant, it possesses the deadliest defensive weapon of the plains, a lightning kick with immense and unstoppable mechanical force. The impact of its hoof generates a pressure of 14,000 newtons, capable of decapitating a lion or fracturing a leopard's skull instantly. It uses its 50-centimeter prehensile tongue to navigate the thorns of acacias, extracting vital nutrients under the scorching 38 Celsius sun. The giraffe's sleep is an act of extreme courage, sleeping barely 30 minutes a day in short periods so as not to lose its biological vigilance. Males establish their hierarchy through necking, hitting their necks with a force of hundreds of newtons to demonstrate their genetic vigor to the herd. The moment of drinking water is its greatest test of stamina, forcing it to spread its front legs and remain vulnerable to the shadow of the hyena. As a keystone species, it acts as a high-altitude gardener, regulating the growth of the forest canopy and maintaining the dynamic balance of Kenya's ecosystems. Habitat loss threatens to fragment its biological territory, transforming the sovereign of the clouds into a survivor fighting against time and extinction. The Maasai giraffe remains the guardian of the African skies, the eternal spirit that reigns with a gaze of steel and an indomitable will. In the heart of the Rift Valley, where water mirrors reflect the African sky, one of nature's most majestic visions emerges: the lesser flamingo. Fueneconaya's Minor is the sovereign of color, transforming the shores of Lakes Bogoria and Nakuru into a vibrant tide of intense pink. Millions of individuals congregate in these biological sanctuaries, creating a cloud of feathers that looks like a glass painting under the Kenyan sun. With a height of 1 meter and a weight of barely 2 kilograms, its physical structure is a perfect combination of lightness and aerodynamic elegance. Its long, thin legs function as biological pillars, allowing it to navigate alkaline waters with absolute and sovereign grace. It possesses a specialized beak that acts as a high-precision hydrodynamic filter to extract microorganisms from mineral-saturated water. Its unique coloration comes from carotenoids present in spirulina, a microscopic algae that constitutes the energy engine of its existence. It inhabits caustic lakes where water pH reaches extreme levels, defying environmental chemistry under a 35°C sun. The skin on its legs is extremely resistant, acting as biological armor against salt corrosion and the thermal heat of the mud. The sight of thousands of flamingos performing a synchronized biological choreography is a testimony to the social harmony that reigns in the ecosystem. Taking flight, the flock reaches a speed of 50 kilometers per hour, stretching their necks and legs to dominate the blue horizon. As a keystone species, the flamingo regulates the algae population, maintaining chemical balance and the biological health of Kenya's alkaline lakes. Its presence is the barometer of the Rift Valley's vitality, indicating the purity of water resources in a land of extreme contrasts. Habitat loss and alteration of water levels threaten to fragment this pink kingdom, pushing the jewel of Kenya toward vulnerability. The flamingo remains the guardian of the crystal mirrors, the vibrant spirit that reigns where life dances on salt water. In the slow currents of Kenya's rivers, the most irritable and feared sovereign of fresh waters emerges, the common hippopotamus. Hippopotamus amphibius is a titan of epic dimensions, capable of reaching a massive weight of 3,000 kilograms. Though it appears to be a peaceful herbivore, it is Africa's most aggressive force of nature, protecting its aquatic territory with absolute ferocity. Its mouth is a weapon of mass destruction, capable of opening at a 150-degree angle to display 50-centimeter-long canines. The hippo's jaw generates a mechanical force of 12,000 newtons, enough power to snap a Nile crocodile in half. Crocodiles, despite being alpha predators, maintain a safety distance of several meters, respecting the monarch of the currents. Any intruder invading its biological bubble underwater faces a lightning charge packed with tons of muscle and bone. Its 6-centimeter thick skin acts as armor against bites, secreting a reddish fluid that functions as a natural antibiotic. Despite its physical mass, it can run at a speed of 30 kilometers per hour, outrunning most humans on firm ground. At night, it emerges from the river to consume up to 40 kilograms of grass, processing the energy needed to maintain its fluvial sovereignty. As a keystone species, its movements and waste fertilize the riverbeds, maintaining the biological pulse of Kenya's aquatic ecosystems. The hippo remains the guardian of the mud abysses, the indomitable giant that reigns with steel jaws and an iron will. Above Kenya's infinite skies, the aerial patrol of biological recycling emerges, the sovereigns of decomposition. The white-backed vulture, known scientifically as Gyps africanus, is the most efficient scavenger of the African savanna. Alongside it, the butler eagle, or Pteranothopeus ecaudatus, patrols thermal currents with a gaze of steel and supreme aerial agility. These birds possess visual acuity 8 times superior to humans, allowing them to locate a biological trail from 5 kilometers away. At the end of a hunt, the winged shadows descend in elegant spirals, marking the place where life transforms into energy for the flock. At the Colosseum of the Carcass, a fierce competition for nutrients breaks out, where the robust beak exerts a mechanical force of 500 newtons. The vulture is capable of consuming 1 kilogram of meat in barely a minute, processing the protein needed for its flight stamina. Its immune system is a miracle of evolution, capable of annihilating lethal bacteria like anthrax in its high-acidity stomach. They possess a gastric pH close to 1, a massive chemical power that dissolves bones and tissues that other predators reject. This biological mission is vital for Kenya's health, as they act as the supreme cleaners that prevent the spread of epidemics. Tosha kaptotesa. The bateleur eagle uses its tactical skill to snatch meat fragments from the jaws of hyenas, demonstrating instinctive courage. In less than 30 minutes, a team of 50 vultures can reduce a 100-kilogram carcass to an inert skeleton under the tropical sun. As keystone species, they guarantee that the cycle of organic matter is completed, allowing the savanna soil to remain fertile. These raptors remain the guardians of biological balance, the watchers who reign in the blue void with infinite patience. The flight of the scavengers is the ultimate testimony that in nature nothing is wasted, and every death feeds a new beginning. The rhythm of Kenya is dictated by the eternal cycle of water, a geological heartbeat that transforms the savanna into a stage for life and death. When extreme drought reduces river flows, the 38 degrees Celsius sun forces large herds to congregate at the last waterholes. This massive concentration turns every riverbank into a biological coliseum, where the distance between hunter and prey is reduced to a few meters. Alpha predators like the lion and leopard take advantage of this vulnerability, executing hunting missions with a frequency and success that defines the height of the season. The Great Migration arrives like a tide of stamina, with more than 1 million wildebeests and zebras crossing the border from the Serengeti into the Masai Mara. This massive movement generates the largest feast on planet Earth, activating the mechanical force of Nile crocodiles at dangerous crossings. With the arrival of torrential rains, the sterile land is reborn, transforming into an ocean of green grass rich in nitrogen and phosphorus. Rain acts as the architect of abundance, dispersing animals across thousands of square kilometers of fertile plains for regeneration. Kenya's dynamic balance resides in this seasonal pulse, where scarcity and abundance rule the fate of the savanna's sovereigns. Every kilometer traveled under the scorching sun is a test of physical stamina, where biological error is paid with extinction under the predator's gaze. The Masai Mara remains the most demanding theatre of evolution in the world, a living laboratory where biodiversity shines in its maximum splendor. The Great Migration is the eternal testimony of the will to live, ensuring that the heart of Kenya continues to beat with indomitable force forever. In the heart of the Masai Mara, an ancestral culture emerges that has walked alongside great predators for centuries, the Maasai people. Dressed in their intense red shukas, these sovereigns of the land symbolize resistance and pride in the African immensity. Their biological life revolves around cattle, wealth that defines their social status and their sacred connection with the Kenyan ecosystem. They share their territory with lions and elephants, maintaining a dynamic balance based on deep knowledge of animal behavior. The Maasai warrior, or Moran, is the personification of courage, capable of facing dangers with barely an iron spear and an unbreakable will. Despite historical conflicts, they have developed ecological wisdom that allows coexistence between man and wild nature. Today, they lead community reserves that protect thousands of square kilometers, ensuring the biological future of Africa's fauna. Their presence is vital to mitigate human impact, acting as the guardians who maintain the integrity of the Masai Mara under the sun. The Maasai are the bridge between millennial tradition and modern science, a key factor for the dynamic balance of the savannah. The Maasai people remain the vibrant soul of the plains, the eternal custodians who guarantee that the spirit of Kenya never goes out. The paradise of Kenya stands at a critical crossroads, where the majesty of the savannah fights against the constant pressure of human expansion. Massive habitat loss fragments ancestral biological corridors, reducing the kingdom of the great predators to small islands of vegetation. Conflict between humans and wildlife intensifies as top-tier sovereigns cross invisible borders in search of biological sustenance. Climate change alters rain cycles, causing extreme droughts that exceed 40 degrees Celsius and exhaust vital water resources. Protecting the biological integrity of the Masai Mara is a supreme mission to ensure that the heartbeat of the lion and the cheetah does not stop. Modern science and satellite monitoring now allow the safeguarding of the most vulnerable species with mechanical precision never seen before in Africa. The future of the savannah's sovereigns depends on our will to execute large-scale conservation plans in every square kilometre of land. Fostering peaceful coexistence between local communities and alpha predators is the only real shield against definitive biological extinction. Our responsibility is to preserve this legacy of untamed beauty so that future generations can witness the glory of pure nature under the sun. The Masai Mara remains the barometer of planet Earth's health, a sacred kingdom that demands our respect and eternal protection. Kenya's wild spirit will continue to vibrate on the horizon as long as humans learn to be the guardian and not the destroyer of life. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our next content. Don't forget to share your thoughts with us through the comments section.